So I want you to come with me on a bike ride. We're at my house in Southeast London. It's 6:30 in the morning. The birds are singing in the trees. The sun is beating down. It's a glorious day. There's not a lot of traffic on the roads. It's perfect for a ride. So we're going to head down to a friend's house. There's a guy called Dan. And from there, we're going to do the 10-mile commute into work. So I'm standing outside my house, my beautiful carbon fiber bike standing next to me. It's made by Giant. It's black and blue. It's got all the racing features. I'm really quite impressed with this brand new machine. Why do I have this machine? Well, effectively, I've just been challenged a few weeks beforehand by Dan to join him on the Ride London charity bike ride. So it's a 100-mile cycle where they close down the roads in London and you cycle around London. You then go up into the Surrey Hills and back again. It's an incredible charity event for people who are either professional riders or just hobbyists like me. And I've done all the things that I should do. So I've got this incredible new machine. I've color-coded my helmet with my shoes. I've got more Lycra than is reasonable for a man my age. And we're heading down to Dan's place. As I say, glorious day. Sun beating down on me, wind in my hair. Things are all good. Only they're not, because I don't get there. As I'm driving down to Dan's house, I'm doing no speed at all around a particular bend, and there's a barrier that I don't see. Or rather, I do see it, but I see it when it's really too late. So as I'm braking to avoid collision with that barrier, unfortunately, I just don't have the room, and I hit that barrier. And as I hit that barrier, I go over the top of that barrier, and I land on my beautiful color-coded helmet, which saves me from a brain injury, but doesn't save me from breaking my neck and becoming instantly paralyzed from the neck down, like that. I slam into the ground. My face bounces into the tarmac, and I've really hurt my face. So I do what you do when you hurt your face, right? I reach up to grab it and to rub it and give myself some comfort. Only as I do that, nothing happens. No, that's not right. This is scary now. So I got to do it again. Nothing. So you can imagine, there I am with my face in the grit. I'm literally squashed up against the ground. I've got my rucksack, which I was wearing, bearing down on the back of my head. I can feel that because above the line of where I've broken my neck, I have sensation. But I realize when I can't touch my face that I've broken my neck and I'm paralyzed. Now that moment is incredibly scary. I can't tell you how incredibly scary it is. There aren't words for that moment when you realize there's nothing that you can do. And what I feel is panic. What I feel is dread rising and rising in my stomach up to my chest. And then from my chest up to my throat. And it feels like I've got hands around my throat and it's gripping me and I can't breathe. And all I can do is try and call out for help. So I muster what I can and I shout, "Help!" Only I don't. Because as I go to mouth the words, I can feel my face moving with the word. But it's just air coming out. I didn't know at the time, but where I damaged my spinal cord, it affected my diaphragm and my lungs, and it was just air. Now that was incredibly scary. I'm sure you've had that moment in dreams and nightmares of old, where you want help and you call for help but nothing happens. That was the moment, the real life moment. So yeah, incredibly scary. And as I'm lying there with my face in the grit, I'm thinking, what do I do now? Now I face a choice. I have to respond to this moment, to this situation. How do I respond? Well, the answer is actually, it's very binary. You either choose to respond negatively or you choose to respond positively. What I choose to do while I'm lying there is actually, it kind of surprises me now when I think back on it. But in that very moment, I choose to respond positively and I say, stop. This rising anxiety, this rising fear, this panic that's gripping you by the throat, that's not going to help you in any way. So you have to take that and you have to park it. You might have to come back to it later, but right here, right now, the correct positive choice is to move that to one side. And what you are going to do is you're going to get through this second. And I did that. And I said to myself, you get through this second. And I did that. And I said to myself, one more, keep going. And I was in survival mode. But I did it. And I chose to do it. And that in itself became an empowering sense of fulfillment. I mean, it's survival mode, living second by second by second. But I was choosing to do it and I was winning. And that was helping the next choice. So I want you to think for a second about your biggest challenge. Now I'm going to caveat and say that challenge isn't hierarchical. You've all got your 9 out of 10 challenge. You have your 9 out of 10 challenge. You know what that is. I want you to think about that challenge. And I want you to think about how you could respond in a positive way when that challenge presents itself. What are you going to do the next time your biggest challenge throws itself up to you? How do you respond?